Welcome back to Hannity. Penn Jillette isn't shy when it comes to talking about his thoughts on politics and what role government should have in our daily lives. His book, God No, is now out in paperback. Recently, Sean sat down with Jillette and got his thoughts on the presidential race and much more.
The one and only Penn Jillette. How are you? Good to see you.
Very well. Good to see you.
All right, so the last time you were on this program, this may be a crazy exercise that I'm going to try and do today. All right, you're on the program, and I said, well, who are you going to vote for in the election after you did that big, infamous now, rant on Obama?
Obama with the marijuana. And I said, probably Gary Johnson when it all comes down.
Right, but you do know that Gary Johnson has zero chance of winning.
Right. And I tried to explain to you that if you always vote for the lesser of two evils, in game theory, things just keep getting more evil. The thing that, the lie that's perpetuated is that we have to have a two-party system. And all we have to do, as a matter of fact, if all the people who don't vote and who vote for third-party candidates and aren't satisfied just decide to vote for more freedom, that will change.
No, first of all, I don't buy into your premise, or everything you're saying is predicated on these are the lesser of two evils. I think there's you have two very different, very distinct candidates with two very distinct visions for the country.
Not to what I care about. Neither one of them wants to seriously shrink the government. The difference is, I haven't got a problem with who's in power. I have a problem with the power itself. The president has too much power right now.
I agree with you.
Having wars that are undeclared, even if
war was undeclared.
We haven't declared any of the wars we're in.
Wait a minute.
Since what? Korea?
No. If you read our Constitution, it doesn't say you have to use in exact words.
Right.
Congress authorized the use of force.
They did.
That is, it doesn't say you have to say we declare war.
But the
authorization of force.
The president making all these moves, the president should be much more of a figurehead. And Congress has been so frightened to take that power back.
About co-equal branches of government, though. I mean, you got the executive.
Right, and I think the executive branch is getting too powerful.
I agree with that, but not for the same reason.
Even if Romney were the best president possible, even if everything he did were perfect, you're still having him go into this expansion of presidential power, which has gone on with Clinton, Bush, and Obama, are doing more and more to take care of us. And I think we should consider ourselves adults, and I think we should trust the citizens of the United States to take care of themselves.
I like what you're saying, that people should be responsible.
Yeah,
like, I'm pulling out things that you're saying. I say, okay, I agree with that. But if the option or the choice is to repeal Obamacare, the nanny state, you would agree. You want that, right?
Oh, yes.
And Romney says that he is going to get rid of the bureaucracy in a lot of ways. But he pull back regulation. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to interrupt you.
Go ahead, please.
Pull back regulation. He's going to reduce spending. He's going to work with Paul Ryan and get on a plan to balance the budget. Ryan has already produced a plan to deal with entitlement spending and the third rail in politics. I don't know if it's going to be perfect, but it will be infinitely better than the $1.5 trillion in debt we get every year.
You really think he would make the government smaller, or wouldn't just be a different person in the same amount of power?
If he doesn't, he will ruin the best opportunity we have to save the country from becoming Greece.
Right, but if we decide that we want someone to actually give people more freedom, I believe that both Obama and Romney think they know what's best for other people, and I believe that's the mistake. I believe they're pure-hearted. I'm not cynical.
You are the exception to the rule. Here you're a libertarian that is not arguing to legalize drugs because you want to use drugs. You've never tried marijuana.
Never, no.
You've never had a drink.
No.
You've never had a cigarette that you've smoked.
No, I do fire eating, so I have to light a cigarette off.
Okay, but you've never purposely inhaled a cigarette.
That's true.
You've never smoked a cigar.
Right, never.
But you are the exception to the rule for libertarians.
But
and you know that, right?
I do know that, but I also do know that the most important thing is for the government to allow more freedom than I want for myself. Morality has to be a subset. The most important thing is that people in this country feel like they are living legally. You should not have, there's nobody in this country right now that can say with complete confidence they are doing nothing illegal. We have too many laws.
Speed.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, what you need to do is, if you are a good person, you should have no fear of the government. It comes back to the Al Capone thing that we busted him on income tax evasion. You don't want to feel good about that. You don't want to feel that the government can bust anybody on anything they want. You want to be able to do good things. much smaller laws. My son, when he gets to be 12 years old, should be able to understand everything that's illegal and everything that's not. There shouldn't be this huge amount of illegal things you can do. Someone who is a good person should have no fear of the government whatsoever.
All right. So I lost this debate. I can't win against you. Go waste half your vote.
I'll waste my whole vote. That's what I'm going to do.
Up next, Suzanne.